Welcome to the latest edition of the LL Basketball Roundtable, brought to you as always by Student Transportation of America. My name is Mike Gross, and I host these proceedings from the balmy studios at LNPLancasterOnline.com, and we're going to be talking about high school hoops around these parts with girls basketball writer Jeffrey Reinhart, boys basketball writer Jason Guarente. And this is Wednesday as we speak. Tuesday was a big game, measuring stick game in the context of our league in girls basketball.
Yes.
Lancaster Catholic and the Lebanon Cedars.
Yes.
Rhines was there. What did he observe?
Ooh, a raucous crowd, for starters. Yeah, good crowd. Everybody's had this game circled, and Lebanon and Catholic just happened to be the two hottest teams in the league. Catholic had won 11 in a row. Lebanon had won 7 in a row. Lebanon came to town and won fair and square. Got an early 10-point lead, took Catholic's punch. Catholic went 10-0 to tie it. Lebanon pulled away in the second half. Liliana Harrison, we'll mention this one now. She needed 21 for 1,000, and she got it.
21?
She got 21 on the dot, little layup in the key in the fourth quarter to get it. Good win for Lebanon. And Catholic held Correa to 10 points, but still, a lot of kids touched the ball for Lebanon. Brandt had 11, Harrison had 21 and 13 boards, and they survived Catholic's defense. They never really wilted and just kept playing and ended up winning by 10, 49-39. So kind of a statement win. Catholic beat Lebanon in the LL Finals last year. We've said it a lot this winter, a different Catholic team, but they really defend, and they had won 11 in a row. So if they meet again, it'll be in the LL semifinals.
It'll be in the
two
semis,
weeks.
not the finals, which is kind of too bad. But a couple of things here.
Yes.
They held Correa to 10.
10.
But I think Harrison's development
Huge.
is really the thing that is a step up from last year. Now, I don't
time.
know if they're better than last year because they lost a key kid, but her development, and so the ball's in Charlie Detz's court a little bit here.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, if they're going to play again, is he going to build a wall around Harrison so she can't get the ball?
Yeah.
And how does that free up Correa? That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, they doubled Harrison on Tuesday. At every opportunity, they doubled her, and she still got to the rim and finished. She was kind of a project as a freshman, but they put her out there, and she played right away.
It's a 4-year project.
Yes, and she really has come on, plays smarter, doesn't go over the back.
Division I Delaware
offer.
State has offered.
Had offered, and she's just gotten much more nimble around the glass, attacks, and just plays smarter and doesn't get the stupid fouls that she might have 3 or 2 years ago. And she's become a force, and she is really tough to guard underneath, even with 2 kids on her back all night.
My 2 cents is interesting game for Lebanon to schedule. To go to Catholic at the end of the season, to play a smaller school, and to give them a look at you a week and a half before you see them in the league playoffs.
Point.
Because one thing about Catholic, they seem to be better when they see teams a second time.
Look what they did to
Northern Lebanon was my thought.
And Mannheim Central in a revenge game. They blew their doors off.
They learn things and they figure you out.
And that's exactly what Charlie Detz said after the game. We wanted this game. We wanted to play them. We wanted to see them. And if we do get them again, wink, wink, we'll be prepared.
There's some stuff they left in the...
They did not show everything.
Back of their minds.
Yeah, last night. So
Okay. All right. Now, on the boys' side, it's more about what's coming up than what just happened. So, Jason, tell us what's coming up.
Well, first of all, it's Wednesday. Tonight there's a game. Anvil-Cleona is at Lancaster Country Day. Winner will get second place in Section 4 and an LL playoff spot, which is a big deal for both schools. Anvil hasn't been to league playoffs since 2011.
Wow.
Lancaster Country Day has never been in the league playoffs. They've been in the league since 2018-19 season. So.
And Anvil played a couple of weeks without the guy who does.
Yes.
Elijah. World be free for them.
Elijah Slavak, World be free. So he's back, and they're at full strength. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But the bigger school games are on Thursday. We have Manheim Township going to Cedar Crest. It's a 3-team race for 2 playoff spots. Township beat Cedar Crest at home earlier in the season, and Township has to have this one to have a chance at the league playoffs. If Township wins, they could potentially forge a 3-way tie going into the final game of the league schedule. If Township loses, it's out, and Cedar Crest and Penn Manor are going to be the representatives from Section 1, and they end the season against each other, and the winner of that would likely win Section 1. So it's all or nothing for Township, and if Township pulls it out, everything gets real interesting. It'll be
we are at the point where these games are kind of start to get decisive within these section races. Another thing about this year is we have a lot of kids that can score. Some of them are playing on teams that aren't winning a lot or whatever, but we have a lot of kids that can score, and we have a lot of 1,000-point scorers. Let's go through a little bit of that. Ron.
Yeah, okay. Random girl stuff quickly. As mentioned, Lily Harrison got to 1,000. Kylie Masters, junior at Mount Calvary, lit it up for 31 on Monday against Dayspring Christian Academy. She got to 1,000, joining her big brother in the club. That's a nice notable.
Nice.
2 kids are getting close here on really big numbers. Kyla Correa at Lebanon needs 36 for 2,000. They're at Hempfield on Thursday night.
That's pretty good.
She has 36 in her, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, they play Township next Tuesday. So she's going to get it here quickly.
Yeah, she's going to get it.
She's going to get it.
10 more games, even if it doesn't.
She's going to get it. Sophia Sanchez at Lancaster Country Day, senior. She needs 19 on Thursday against Pequay Valley. That's a big game for PV. If Pequay Valley wins at Country Day on Thursday, the Braves get their first outright section championship in program history.
Wow.
If Catholic wins Thursday at Donegal, the Crusaders would wrap up Section 3 outright. Lebanon has already won Section 1 outright. Crest and Township both have 3 losses. Crest at Township on Thursday is a big game for second place. Effort has clinched a tie in Section 2. They're undefeated in league play. They need 1 more win for the section. CB 2 losses, Cocalico 3 losses. Cocalico at CB on Friday. Cocalico ties CB with a win. So there's still work to be done to figure out first place, second place, LL girls bracket stuff.
Jason, give us some 1,000-point scores.
We've had 6 in the LL this season.
6?
The most recent was Jace Conrad at Garden Spot, who got there on Tuesday night. There are also 2 other Lancaster County 1,000-point scorers, Jerry Johnson Jr. and Stephen Smucker at La Academia and Linville Hill. So we have 8 active 1,000-point scorers.
Nice.
And someone told me it's watered down and it's easier to do now. I think that's nonsense. I think it's as hard to score 1,000 points as it has ever been.
What? I don't even understand that argument.
Well, because you have a 3-point shot, and there's, compared to the olden days. But I would say this, that
That's another segment. But
it's never been harder to get in a lineup at a big school, for example. Like there are kids at Warwick who start this year who didn't get much varsity time until they were seniors. So if you can get on the court as a freshman and a sophomore and score enough points to get to 1,000, you're exceptional, especially at a big school.
Yeah.
Chase Smucker at Lampeter Strasburg should become LS's all-time leading scorer. He's about 35 points away. LS is in this dogfight for a playoff spot with Manheim Central and Octorara in Section 3. Central's up a game. LS still has to play both Central and Octorara.
Ooh.
LS has to go to at Glen to end the season.
Enjoy that.
We'll almost have to win that game to get in. And Smucker's probably the best player in the league. You have to watch him play. He's just a dynamic scorer. He's just an old school guy who can score in all these different ways. He can shoot off the wrong foot. He can shoot with a guy in his face.
Sounds a little bit like Ty Burton.
He's 87% at the foul line. He's made 51 3-pointers. We're talking about, certainly one of the greatest players in LS history, and we're seeing him right now, and he's trying to get the Pioneers into the postseason.
I see a college kid?
He is going to Bloomsburg,
Nice.
along with Donegal's Sawyer Floyd, they'll be teammates, the only 2 freshmen who've committed to Bloomsburg for next season so far.
There you go. Good stuff.
All right, gang, we are roughly a week and a half away from the Lancaster 11 League playoffs. So the next week or so is going to include some really decisive games, and we'll start to have the playoff picture take shape and district power rankings start to become very meaningful and all of that stuff. So there's plenty to talk about. But that's it for this edition of the LL Basketball Roundtable, brought to you by Student Transportation of America. For Jason and for Jeff and for Mike, we'll see you next time.